Are you also the kind of person who prepares everything before entering the work week? We always feel exhausted, like we just want to go back to the weekend or end our day early. Apparently, we've been doing it the wrong way. And in this video, we'll discuss everything about how we can manage our energy and how we can create a balance, giving us more drive to power through the week. According to Hanoi Murillo, investor, speaker, author, and a shark in the TV show Shark Tank Colombia, we must manage our energy. Yes, our energy and not our time. When I took her course in Domestica, I found out that not all distractions are negative, and sometimes the most important tasks are the ones draining our energy, leaving us exhausted. And if you're interested in these kinds of content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe so we could see how we can progress week on week. Now, the trick is not just organizing your schedule, but to create a balance between energy inducing and reducing activities, and no other way to do that but to sit down, contemplate, and start writing. The first step is a little self awareness test where we simply rate ourselves from 1 to 5. This will be your gauge at the end of the 4-week experiment if you are able to improve your habits and was able to save more energy. Personally, when I took the test, I was a 7. For a person who's highly self aware, I can't seem to focus. I have habits and routines, but I find myself getting distracted all the time. According to James Clear's award winning book Atomic Habits, we must build a system for getting 1% better every day. Break your bad habits and stick to good ones. But of course, it's easier said than done, but it's doable. Second step, manage your energy, tasks, and distractions. How many times during the day do you check your phone? Play a game, play with your dog, or do an important task to make you say,
I'm too old for this stuff. He said I'm too old for this stuff.
now, let's take note of those distractions that makes you lose your focus. But first, let's define what a distraction is. A distraction is a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else. In short, it makes us stop from doing what we are supposed to be doing, like playing mobile games, checking items to buy online, or I don't know, binge watching my videos. See? Distraction.
What?
Here's what I want you to do. Create 3 columns. On the left side, let's write personal. What are the personal tasks that you need to do? Like playing with your dog, working out, or reading a book or Kindle? Anything that is personal to you. Write it down. Number 2, distractions. For me, it's 3 things. First, scrolling through my social media platforms, playing online games, and last, most definitely the most dangerous one, scrolling through e-commerce platforms to see if I deserve anything I see. These are the things that prevents me from doing our third column, tasks. These are the activities that are most vital for you to do, from the most to the least important. It can be a client meeting, a pitch deck, or administrative work, something that requires your full focus. Of course, not all week are the same. That's why I always dedicate an hour or two during Sundays to sit down and organize everything before I enter the work week. Now, before we head on to our third step, let me ask you this question. What drains your energy the most, and what do you do to get back that lost energy? Post it in our comment section. Third step is to identify which items you listed gives you energy and which does not. As mentioned, not all distractions are negative, and sometimes the most important tasks takes too much energy that leaves us drained. On your list, add a plus sign if it adds energy and minus sign if it doesn't on the side of every task. So I have listed all of the activities that I normally do apart from eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and some are on a case-to-case basis. Let's start with activities that gives me energy. First on my list, definitely a good workout. Next is a time to feed our mind, and nothing beats a good power nap. Next is playing mobile games, as it connects me with my friends and it also brings out the competitiveness in me, making me all hyped up to be better, and of course, meeting with my team, Kohi Camp, and client meetings. As you can see, most of the things that gives me energy either helps me improve or it helps other people improve. Now let's head on to energy draining activities. We have social media and binge watching, as it removes all of my interest to work, especially if I'm hooked. Next is excessive chores. Don't get me wrong, it feels good to work in a squeaky clean environment, but could you always keep it tidy? Lastly, cash flow and content creation. Only because it requires me to think deeply about my company's payables and pending receivables, or thinking of some smart lines to say for my next content.
Huwag kayo iiyak.
Now for the most exciting part. Let's start adding activities on our calendar, beginning with personal activities. It is important to start with these to make time for yourself and your family, followed by difficult and draining activities scattered around the day or week, mostly placed after doing a personal interest. It's always best to have a clear mind and full tank of energy before doing taxing activities. Lastly, add one of your distractions. For work from home people, this will be very helpful. Given that there's no one to really tell you to do something, we tend to either space out a lot or procrastinate. By adding these constant reminders, it triggers our brain to do something that was already planned. Of course, it will take a couple of weeks to create a habit around doing this. Personally, it helped me a lot. Before, I used to just sit around, binge watch, play games, and just work when the deadline is just around the corner. When I started managing my energy, I have eliminated all possible reasons that I have for not doing something. Now, we could save more of our energy and learn something new and be better 1% every day. Try it out for 2 weeks. Let me know if it worked for you, because for me, it did.